You are Locked On Knicks Postcast, part of Locked On Sports New York on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
All right, here we go. It was a relatively quiet night at first for Steph Curry, and then it wasn't. Curry and the Warriors pull away late from the Knicks. The fourth quarter run helped Golden State beat New York 114-102. Curry poured in 28, including several huge shots late. The Knicks' three-game win streak is over. So are the home games for a while. New York will now set out on a 12-day, 5-game Western Conference swing. We'll break it all down right here, right now. Hello, everyone. I'm Jay Berman. If you're a New Yorker, you might recognize my work. If not, welcome aboard. I've spent more than 2 decades in the biz, everything from TV to web to radio. You can follow me on X at Jay Berman, Jayberman. Welcome to the Locked On Knicks Postcast, both on the Locked On Sports New York YouTube channel and the Locked On Knicks podcast feed. The Postcast gives you a place to hang out after every single Knicks game. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby were excellent tonight. They combined to pump in 54, but obviously not enough in the loss. Only one other Knicks scored in double figures. That was Mikal Bridges. And as we said, New York now hits the road for nearly 2 weeks. All that coming up on the Postcast. Your favorite podcast now has a newsletter. Introducing the Locked On Knicks Daily Newsletter, one stop for ultimate team and league coverage delivered right to your inbox. Sign up for free now at LockedOnDaily.com. That's LockedOnDaily.com. Start your day with the all-new free Locked On Knicks newsletter. All right, let's do it. Knicks face the Warriors and lose to the Warriors. As we said, 114-102 the final score. The Knicks at one point during an 11-0 run for the Warriors missed 8 consecutive shots. The game was close, and then it wasn't. As we said, the 11-0 run from Golden State late in the fourth quarter propelled Golden State to the win, and a big reason why, obviously, Steph Curry. Curry had 28 on 10 of 21 shooting, but key threes down the stretch, had 5 3-pointers, and again, had 28. The plus-minus situation is something we usually get into later in the show, but it's so drastic tonight that it's worthy of mentioning right out of the gates. Steph was a plus 23, which is good, obviously. As for the Knicks numbers, every single Knick tonight in the starting lineup was minus, obviously, but minus double figures. Really amazing stuff. Josh Hart, a minus 22. Again, Steph Curry plus 23 on 28-point night. Steph also had 7 rebounds, 9 assists, and 2 steals. So a complete performance there from Steph. All right. 114-102 was the final score. Knicks are now 40-21. They're 21-11 at home. And as we said, a monster road trip coming up. We'll get to that in a second. Believe it or not, as we said, 40-21 of the Knicks. So they played 61 games, 21 games remaining now in the regular season. And worthy of mention, considering the games coming up, mostly Western Conference teams, obviously on the road trip, it'll be all Western Conference teams. But even after that, several more on the schedule. The Knicks are actually 12-8 versus the Western Conference so far this year. But again, they lose to Golden State tonight, and obviously have lost to teams like the Lakers and Oklahoma City. All right, now the Knicks did not play tonight with Karl Anthony Towns. He sat out for personal reasons, so that was a void left in the lineup that Mitchell Robinson tried to at least temporarily fill. He played 15 minutes, so steadily his numbers are going up. First game back, played 12 minutes. Second game back, played 13 minutes. Tonight, played 15. Precious Achiuwa, believe it or not, who did not play any minutes in the last game, played 30 tonight. So Mitchell Robinson, yes, is not going to play a lot, but he gets the start. Precious Achiuwa played 30 minutes off the bench. Maybe we just start Precious moving forward. As we said, the combination of OG Anunoby and Jalen Brunson, surprise, surprise, they were excellent. Jalen Brunson, 9 of 18 shooting, had 25 points. OG Anunoby was 11 of 19, including 4 3-pointers, including several huge 3-pointers that kept the Knicks in the game, but obviously to no avail late. OG played 42 minutes. That is a game high. And again, pumped in 29 points. As for Mikal Bridges, we told you he scored double digits, had 15, played just 36 minutes tonight. Now you say just 36 minutes. Well, he does lead the NBA minutes per game at 39. So anytime he comes in under that number, it's certainly noteworthy. All right, as we said, Bridges was 7 of 15. Knicks were not terrible from the floor tonight, 41 of 92. However, the three-point shooting and even the three-point defense was no good. The Knicks were 8 of 33 from beyond the arc tonight, just 24%. And despite struggles from Golden State from 3, they were still able to knock down 13 of them. And the Knicks, again, struggled, allowing a 35% three-point field goal percentage night from Golden State. Golden State was 43 of 88. And obviously, the usual suspects such as Draymond Green and Steph Curry. Jimmy Butler only took 12 shots tonight, 6 of 12, but his presence on the floor when Steph was not in the game. And folks, Steph only played 33 minutes. So essentially, there's a quarter and a half where Steph isn't playing. That's when you have to take advantage. Well, now it's harder to do against Golden State because of Jimmy Butler. Butler was 6 of 12 from the floor, had 19 points, right behind Steph Curry's team high 28. As we said, no other Knick was in double figures. The 4-man rotation off the bench continued. Precious, Cam, Deuce, and Landry, they all scored, but nothing in double figures. They scored 24 points as a bench. Of course, the Knicks numbers on the bench right around 21 points per game. So again, right around that average. But as we said, no Cat tonight. Believe it or not, for Mitchell Robinson, it was his first start since December 8th, 2023. Amazing. It's been that long. Obviously, he missed nearly 60 games this season and missed some time last year as well. But again, it has been a year and a half, basically, since we last saw Mitchell Robinson start a game. As for Brunson, we told you he had 25. Make it 8 consecutive games where Brunson has scored at least 20. So again, the Knicks aren't losing because of Jalen Brunson, that's for sure. Brunson played 37 minutes tonight, again, 9 of 18 shooting. And again, he had 25. OG, as we said, 11 of 19 from the floor, 4 of 9 from 3. Josh Hart, 2 points tonight. 2 points for Josh Hart, just 7 for Mitchell Robinson. Hart played 33 minutes, so he certainly had the opportunity. Just 1 of 8 from the floor was a minus 22. Obviously, Josh contributes in other ways. Here's a perfect example of that. 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and only 2 turnovers. So a solid performance with the exception of the fact that he didn't score, at least didn't score more than 2. All right, we'll take our first and only break of the postcast as Steph comes into town and spoils the fun for MSG. When we return, got to do standings. We got to take a look ahead. And we also have to break down the numbers of OG since the trade. Really interesting stuff. Again, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, NBA fans, get ready. They swoosh, you save. Thanks to Dash Pass, every time a player drops 50 or more points in a game, you score a huge deal the very next day. It's simple. When any player scores 50 or more points in a game during the 24-25 NBA regular season, Dash Pass members get 50% off an order, up to $10 off the next day from noon to midnight. Here are a few ways you can take advantage of this deal. Order your go-to snacks and meals at a discount. Get ready for more high-scoring action. Also, with Dash Pass, you get your favorite meals with $0 delivery fees and reduced service fees. Plus, now you save even more with this exclusive NBA offer. Whether you're staying up watching highlights or just need a midnight snack, use Dash Pass to grab something delicious while saving big. After an epic 50-point performance, celebrate by ordering wings, pizza, or burgers from your favorite spot, delivered straight to your door. Sign up for Dash Pass and be ready to save. When any player scores 50 or more in a game, Dash Pass members get 50% off an order the next day, up to $10 off. Just use promo code NBA50 from noon to midnight after a 50-point game on eligible orders at participating merchants. Must have an active Dash Pass account. Terms apply. Visit DoorDash to learn more. Running a small business means you're wearing a lot of hats. Your personal phone becomes your business phone, and before you know it, you're juggling customer calls day and night. As your team grows, it becomes impossible to manage everything with just your personal number. That's where Open Phone comes in. It's the number one business phone system designed to help you keep your work and personal life separate. For just $15 a month, the cost of a few coffees, you get complete transparency and visibility into everything happening with your business phone number. Open Phone works through an app on your phone or computer and integrates with tools like HubSpot and hundreds of others. It also uses AI-powered call transcripts and summaries, so you'll have a rundown of your calls and action items the second you hang up. And if you miss a call, no problem. Automated messages are sent directly to your customer, ensuring you never miss an opportunity to engage. Right now, OpenPhone is offering 20% off your first 6 months when you go to openphone.com/LockedOnNBA. That's OpenPhone, OpenPhone.com/LockedOnNBA for 20% off 6 months. OpenPhone.com/LockedOnNBA. And if you have existing numbers with another service, OpenPhone will port them over at no extra charge. All right, we are halfway home as the Knicks and the Warriors met at Madison Square Garden. It's the first time the two rivals have met this year. They'll meet again coming up. 114-102 was the final score. Warriors, by the way, 34-28 on the season. As we said, Knicks are 40-21, 21-11 at home. As we said, the brutal road trip coming up. It begins Thursday in LA. That's against the Lakers at Crypto. Of course, Intuit is the new home of the Clippers. That's Friday. So back-to-back on a West Coast swing. Just brutal. Again, Lakers Thursday night. That's at 10 tip time. The Clippers Friday night is 10:30. So take note there. Then on Wednesday, they're in Portland. The following Saturday in San Francisco. We skipped Sacramento. LA, Sacramento, Portland, and Golden State. So there are your 5 teams there. And again, to LA back-to-back Thursday and Friday. Sacramento Monday, Portland Wednesday, Golden State or San Francisco on Saturday. Now, the Knicks will then return home after that Saturday, March 15th game against Golden State. They will play the following Monday, so 2 days later, at home against the Miami Heat. But that's the only home game. Back out on the road for San Antonio and Charlotte before the Knicks finally put together some home games in a row. So again, 7 of the next 8 games are on the road. LA, Sacramento, Portland, Golden State, home for Miami, then back out on the road for San Antonio and Charlotte. As we said, 7 of 8 on the road with just 1 game sandwiched in the middle. That's against Miami on Monday, March 17th. As for the standings, the Knicks had a chance to gain some ground on the Celtics, who were idle tonight. That didn't happen. So the Knicks are now 3 full games behind Boston. The Knicks entered 2.5 behind Boston for the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. They lose tonight, so they drop a half game. As for the Cavaliers, no surprise here. They won again. They beat the Bulls. So the Cavs open up an 8-game lead on the Celtics and an 11-game lead on the Knicks. All right, as we said, OG Anunoby had a fine night tonight, and it's certainly a number we keep close attention to, and that's the amount of games the Knicks have won versus lost with OG in the lineup since the trade, and it's really startling numbers. The Knicks are now 55-23, even with the loss tonight, in games OG has played since the trade to the Knicks. Now, of course, he's missed plenty of time. He's missed 6 games this season, missed some time last year. So without OG, the Knicks are 18-15, much closer to 500 than they are with him at 55-23. So a much better team with OG. And when he plays like he did tonight, 11 of 19 shooting for 29 points to lead all scorers, well, that's when you know you got the good OG. All right, as for Karl Anthony Towns, we got to get you an update. Now, this is an update prior to tonight's game. Tibbs said he doesn't know if Cat will make the West Coast trip. He was out for personal reasons tonight, was not on the bench. Tibbs says he needs some time, and when he's ready to come back, he'll come back. That was the exact quote. But again, not sure if we have Cat on this long-distance road trip. So be very interesting to see how the Knicks respond if Cat doesn't play. And if he is on the trip, how effective will he be? Again, Tibbs says he doesn't know if Cat will make the West Coast trip, says he needs some time, and when he's ready to come back, he'll come back. All right, your favorite podcast now has a newsletter. Introducing the Locked On Knicks Daily Newsletter. One stop for ultimate team and league coverage delivered right to your inbox. Sign up for free now at LockedOnDaily.com. That's LockedOnDaily.com. Start your day with the all-new free Locked On Knicks newsletter. And before we leave, got to mention the All-Stars, our partners in crime over at Locked On Knicks, Gavin Shaw and Alex Wolf. Follow, subscribe, and enjoy. Knicks lose tonight. Their 3-game win streak is history. They lose without the services of Karl Anthony Towns tonight. Steph Curry played tonight, in case you missed it, and he played well. Started slowly, got hot late, and the reason the Warriors won, pretty much because of Steph. Steph had 28 on 10 of 21 shooting, including 5 3-pointers. All right, West Coast swing now is upon us. We'll have to wait and see on Cat. Again, we won't find out for a couple of days. The trip begins Thursday in L.A., Friday in L.A., Lakers and Clippers respectively. Should be a fun West Coast trip. Have a good night, everyone.